The best gospel music on the web, with the voice of inspiration.
Never knew my life could be this way. I never knew the sun could shine all day. Never thought I'd live beyond my past, until I found Jesus. I never thought I'd be in this place. Oh, I'm glad, so glad I'm living my life in this place. Ooh, I never knew my heart would feel again. You see, I was so hurt, never knew the pain would let me stand. Never thought the tears would go away, Lord. Never thought my tears would go away. Until I found you, Jesus. I never thought I'd be right here in this place. Oh, I'm so glad. Yes, I am. I'm living my life. Oh, Lord. There's a place in God where we can all be free. A place where God can get the best out of me. There's a secret place in God where He covers me. Oh, I am so glad. Yes, I am. I'm living my life. Yes, I'm so glad. I'm living my life in this place. Oh, been a lot of places, seen a lot of faith, but I've never been in this place. Time and time, I never thought I'd win. Oh, Lord, been a lot of places, seen a lot of people. Oh, Lord, been in this place time and time again. Never thought I'd win. I've been around the world, seen a lot of people, but I never thought I'd be here. I am amazed that I'm in this place. I never thought I would be here. In the arms of Jesus, it's a good place to be in, y'all. because no one took the time to plant a positive seed in the mind. We need to listen to our children, hear what they have to say. It may not seem important, listen anyway. To stop the drugs, abuse and crime, take the time, listen to our children, hear what's on their mind. Let's get involved, take a stand, get involved, with a helping hand, get involved, and you will see we can make a difference in our community. God gave them to us for a little while. His spirit lives inside each child. Provoke the night is God's command. Mothers and fathers, we need to take a stand. Our children are watching everything we do, and God is watching too. If we are causing our children to stray, this will bring sorrow in a mighty big way. Get involved, take a stand, get involved, with a helping hand, get involved, and you will see we can make a difference in our community. We can all make a difference if we just take the time to plant a positive seed in a child's mind. God is counting on us to lead the children through. We're ready to serve. How about you? Get involved, take a stand, get involved. We've got to work together. Yes, we can. Get involved, and you will see we can make a difference in our community. We can all make a difference.
WODU, we are back. It's that Tuesday, and you know what that means.
Yes.
Time for the Let's Give Praise Music Ministry.
Amen. Well,
the-
we need it today.
You know, after Thanksgiving.
Oh my God,
How
it
you
was
doing,
wonderful.
Miss Venus Marshall.
Oh yes,
I mean,
Melovee.
I done got
I'm
carried
good,
away.
well,
I'm-
it's all right. It's
know,
all good.
I got it.
It's
I
all
gotta
good.
let 'em know.
It's all good.
You
You know
know.
what? But it was a glorious Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Spent it with my nephew and his fiance, and we had a Newport News Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so we had all the. I didn't have to cook for 2 days, so that was a good thing.
Hey,
Ooh, I just cooked a few items, and I felt, oh my God,
Yeah.
that's it. My nephew kept saying, "You feel odd?" I said, "Yes," because I'm so used to cooking so much food.
right.
But we had a great time. My nephew came in from North Carolina.
Okay.
So we all had a great time.
Yeah,
So
I didn't have anybody come in, you know, but I burned up the turkey.
look, I've done that once or twice.
You know.
My husband, I've gone to sleep and said, "Adam, watch the turkey." He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I
Well,
cook, you know, like sweet potato pies.
Yes.
I cook two. And then I'm like, I'm a diabetic. I don't supposed to be eating all this sweet. and
Once a year.
yeah, once a year. You know, but I put the cinnamon in there, you know, but sweet potatoes supposed to be good for you anyway.
Yes, that's right.
But not the other 3
The,
pounds.
the other parts of it, right?
Yeah, the other 3
the
pounds
sugar.
of sugar in there, and the butter.
And the cream.
Oh,
and
that's what I forgot to put in there. I knew it was something was missing. I couldn't reach on it, but it still was good without the butter
Amen.
in
Because
it.
you know you had the right type of sweet potatoes.
Oh,
They're already
yeah.
sweet, so yeah.
So, but it was all good, and I did, you know, call my kids and wish them a happy Thanksgiving. They couldn't make it
Yes.
home because they all stay out of town, but it was you know, good to talk to them, and I didn't go anywhere, you know, just
Yeah, just hung. This was a nice Thanksgiving holiday.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I did
sometimes you
go
need
out,
that.
the other night, but that was business. You try to keep
support. I understand.
Support people, but nevertheless, it was exciting time for holidays.
That's right.
But we also lost a few people.
Yes,
over the holidays.
I'm hearing you told me today. Yeah.
Want to send
prayers and condolences out to the Michael Muhammad family.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. He lost his brother.
Yes.
I think it was the day too. Yeah, yesterday. It's just tragedy. My daughter, her mother lost her brother.
Wow. Okay.
Saturday. They went to the house and they found him dead in the bed. And it's just it's the same family. His mother died just several months ago in this year.
I remember your daughter's grandmother. That's right.
Which was her son. And, I send condolences out to the White family, the Ewer family, and the Stevenson family. Wow. Her daughter's married. And
in a time of Thanksgiving, we have all this. But you know what? We're just thankful to be here today and beyond.
Hey,
so we just thank God.
Yeah.
You don't ever know.
You got to keep moving.
Yes, you got to keep moving.
That's the purpose of life. We're gonna see loved ones go home.
That's right.
This world is not our home.
It's a home going.
Yeah,
Yes. Well, we'll meet again.
No question. Yes. I'm trying to stay on the right now. Yeah.
Amen.
I ain't trying to get out there, and I'm not trying to get out there on some of those tips that these people getting into today.
Well,
it is just
it's out there. It's a mess.
Yeah,
it's messy.
Yeah,
they say.
real
messy.
As my mom say, I wouldn't have your hand if you paid. If somebody,
you know what?
I wouldn't take it.
Yes.
We got tragedy all around us.
Absolutely.
Every time you turn on the news, there's always somebody losing their life.
That's right.
And last week, Friday or Saturday night, somebody shot a church.
Yes, that's right. Yes, I know. And then we had the bombing of a mosque.
Yeah.
Yes. It's just.
The devil is a busy man.
Yes, he is.
But that's all in the book of Revelations, because God said.
He said, we're in the end times.
Yeah,
so you're going to hear all this
You're
stuff.
going to see all these things come to pass.
Yes.
And we have to be diligent
and prayed up.
And prayed up.
And thinking of prayer, we're going to have a pastor and his wife on this Thursday coming up November 30th.
Okay,
tune in. He's going to talk about his ministry in Norfolk, Virginia. And it's Community Empowerment Ministries.
Okay.
Pastor Kaya Stevens and his wife,
Sheree,
is going to be on Thursday. And today we have Mr. Tony Jones. He's been on our program a number of times.
Okay.
He's going to be on today. He's the founder of H.Y.P.E, helping young people everywhere.
H.Y.P.E.
And he's going to be talking about missing voter project.
Okay.
And they're going to have an expungement workshop actually this Thursday from 5 to 7.
Okay.
So we'll talk more about that when he's on the program at noon, the Community Talk Hour, the best of a 757.
And that's what we do here.
That's what we do.
We're getting back. We're jumping back in. This guy's been on our show too. Crease.
Yes, Prince Creed.
And
he's coming on. We're going to have him on soon. We got to figure out a date to get him on. His new play is going to be on again. He's going to put it on again in January.
Right.
He had it on in November, and it was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah,
and as a matter of fact, I'm bringing up his song, My Life Matters.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying is.
I love that song.
Me too. So I have to play it to give some inspiration to our listeners. And,
yes. After this holiday, we need to lift up the spirit.
No doubt about it.
Yes.
Coming up next, My Life Matters. Right here on the Let's Give Praise Music Ministry with the voice of inspiration and my co-host Melovee. You are listening to WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion.
Watch me haters, watch me later. See, I'm 4 times 10 plus, so watch my gators. I'm God's twin, made in his image, my friend. You can Snapchat on me all day. My life matters to him. Let's go, Maya.
Can't believe the report of man, 'cause it's designed to take you off God's plan. Cancer tried to take mom away, but I prayed, I praised, and now she's free. My life matters to you, Lord. My life
People dying in the street cause the color of their skin. So busy hating one another, can't you see we're brothers and we don't matter to them? I know it sounds hopeless, trust I've got good news. Your life is precious in his eyes and he will help you get through.
Talk to him, Sharice.
You may think it's over, but it's not. Life can't seem to get you down. So much depression and you're feeling suicidal. Know that he can turn your life around. You may seem alone like you don't matter to some. Don't take your life cause you're not done. The best is yet to come. Put away the guns and please just walk away. Have a healthy conversation and hope to see another day. We have to live together. We have to love each other. Because in the end, we're all we've got. Can't let him pull you down now. Can't let him
control your mind now.
Can't let him hurt you cause he buys you nice things. Can't let him beat you down now. Trust in the Lord and you love yourself even more. My life matters to you, Lord. My life, oh yeah, yeah, my life matters to you, but my life it matters to you, Lord, and only you. My life.
In his image and in his likeness, you and I were created. Masterfully, wonderfully, and fearfully he made us, with plans for a future that included every man, every woman, every boy, and every girl. You see, with God, no one was ever excluded from his world. He said, love thy neighbor as we love ourselves. That means black man, white man, and everyone else.
Said it matters. My life, my life, my life, my life. It may not matter to you, but my life. Said it matters.
It matters to you and only you alone.
Equally yoked music. Zone Black. The Artist of War.
You're listening to WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion. My life matters, and I hope it matters to you. Bringing you the best of inspirational music on this Tuesday on the Let's Get Praise Music Ministry with the voice of inspiration. Are you in need of reaching the campus population and don't know how? Well, advertise right here on WODU Studios. Get your information out to the students the best way possible with great services from WODU Studios. Contact us at WODUpromo@gmail.com. Again, that's WODUpromo@gmail.com. And let them know you heard about it right here on the Let's Get Praise Music Ministry. Or whatever you're going through, whatever your services you might need, we're here to serve you. Nevertheless, we're going to keep doing our best. Coming up next, you know, I got to play it. I got to say it. Blessed the Lord. And that's what we're going to do right here on the Let's Get Praise Music Ministry with yours truly, the voice of inspiration, and my co-host, Melovee. You know, like I told you before, you're listening to the very best of inspirational music on WODU. It's the heartbeat of Old Dominion.
best gospel music on the web with the voice of inspiration.
You are Alpha and Omega. We worship you, our Lord. You are worthy to be praised. Sing it again. You are Alpha and Omega. We worship you, our Lord. You are worthy to be praised. We give you all the glory. We give you all the glory. We worship you, our Lord. You are worthy to be praised.
I was hungry, you fed me. Naked, you clothed me. They will know us by our love.
Can't imagine how it felt as you lay there, through the dark, through the heat, through the cold, with your friend by your side, held his hand and watched him die, and you cried as you prayed for his soul.
I can't imagine how it felt as you stood there, through the winds that would just not go away. Kiss my wife, tell my son, my work on earth is done. You're the one that can still hear them say, oh.
Is there anybody out there listening? And does anybody know my name? No, my friend, we were not there, but we're here and we care. And yes, we feel your pain.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, we feel your pain.
I can't imagine how you felt as you sat there, trying to hide the fear upon your face. And as the earth begins to cry, and you ask the preacher why, tonight we can hear the children say, he saw the best in me when everyone else around could only see the worst in me. Can I tell y'all one more time, one more time? I said he saw the best in me when everyone else around could only see the worst in me. I wish I had a witness tonight. All I need is one. Hey, he saw the best in me when everyone else around me, yeah.
Everyone else around
could only see
the worst in me.
Does anybody have that testimony? When folk wrote you off, said you would never make it, what did he see?
He saw the best in me
When everyone else around me, yes. Oh,
when everyone else around
could
only see the worst in me.
Can I tell y'all one more thing? I just need to tell you one more thing. Listen to this. See, he's mine and I am his. It doesn't matter what I did.
Though the storms keep on raging in my life, and sometimes it's hard to tell the night from day. Still that hope that lies within is reassured, as I keep my eyes upon the distant shore. I know He'll lead me safely to that blessed place He has prepared. But if the storms don't cease, and if the winds keep on blowing, my soul has been anchored in the Lord.
Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. Make me to hear joy and gladness, that the bones which thou hast broken may rejoice. Hide thy face from my sins, and blot out all my iniquities. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me.
I need Thee every hour. Most gracious, most gracious Lord, gracious Lord, no tender voice like thine, like thine, can peace afford.
I want to tell you a little story. There was an old mother who lived in New Orleans who was displaced by Hurricane Katrina. She lost everything that she had: her home, car, family. And when they evacuated her, they sent her to a shelter between New Orleans and Baton Rouge. And while she sat there on a cot that they had provided for her, she had been without food and water and the necessities, and she began to cry. She started to shed tears. But while she was crying, she thought on the goodness of the Lord. And she started singing this little song. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus.
You love me through my bad. You love me through my good. And you love me through my bad. Jesus, you didn't erase my future, because of my past. I'm glad you loved me through my good and the bad. You loved me through my good. 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 You loved me through my good and my bad. So glad you loved me. You loved me through my good. Never took your love away. You loved me through my bad. You didn't erase my future. Thank God you didn't write me off because of my past. I'm glad you loved me through my good and my bad. You loved me through my good. You loved me through my
Take me to the King. I don't have much to bring. My heart's torn in pieces. It's my offering. Take me to the King.
Truth is, I'm tired. Options are few. I'm trying to pray, but where are you? I'm all churched out, hurt and abused. I can't fake what's left to do. Come on. Truth is, I'm weak. No strength to fight, no tears to cry. Even if I tried, but still my soul refuses to die.
I will still trust you. I will still follow. I will still obey you. Even in sorrow, I will still love you, cherish and adore you. Even in my weakness, I'm gonna be a witness. Listen here. See, I had my share of heartaches. I've been down a time or two.
Still I will be faithful, cause I know you still believe in you.
I still believe in you.
Still I will be faithful, cause I know you're able.
Yeah,
still believe in you.
Still believe in you. I will still
thank you.
I will still
bless you.
I will still
praise you.
Even when I'm
tested,
I will still
serve you.
I will still
worship.
I will still
thank you.
Cause I know you're
worth it.
See, I had my share of heartaches. I've been down a time or two.
Still I will be faithful, cause I know you're able. Still I will be faithful.
Yes, it will.
Cause I know
you're able. Still believe in you.
Never knew my life could be this way. I never knew the sun could shine all day. Never thought I'd live beyond my past until I found Jesus. I never thought I'd be in this place.
WODU,
so
the heartbeat of Old
I'm
Dominion.
living my life in this place.
I had to do something different today because when pain and suffering is going on, sometimes you just got to take time to stop and put it the way it's supposed to be played. You're listening to the very best of inspirational music. It's a melody of music that I put together for the day to reach out and talk to those people that might be in need of prayer. You're listening to the very best of inspirational music with the voice of inspiration and Melovee.
Yes.
You know what we got going on. Who's that guy sitting over there?
My goodness, he's back in the studio. What? Tony Jones of H.Y.P.E. Helping young people everywhere. He's here. And at 12 noon, he's going to tell us more about what he's up to and what's going on.
Yeah. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How y'all doing today?
Let you say something. Let people know that you're here.
Here.
How things going?
Everything going good.
Yes,
everything going good. Just want to come back and let the community know what we got going on so they can get involved,
Okay. We're going to be talking about it at 12 o'clock and with other guests as well. Nevertheless, email, hashtag, tweet, share. Let them know that we're here. Right here on WODU. Right now, I got to do this commercial break. I got to pay the bills. You know how they talk about it. Do you need music service for your event? Well, WODU Studios, we can help. Book WODU Studios for DJ services for your event, and you will get the very best of DJs and DJ services from those that know music best here at WODU. It's the heartbeat of Old Dominion. I gotta let you know. I just thought of throw that in there, let you know what's going on. Because I just gotta do that. That's what I do. That's why they call me the voice of inspiration. Did you see how I just delivered that? Like all smooth and swift. I speeded it up, slowed it down, flipped it over,
spun it around.
That's what it's all about. Right here with Melovee.
Yes.
And we coming up at 12 o'clock on the Let's Give Praise Music Ministry, the best of the 757 Community Talk Show. And who's our guest again? Say that name again.
Yes, Mr. Tony Jones is in the house. They say in his house. Yeah. Right. That's how they say it.
Yeah. I gotta steal my man. All right. I gotta steal something. I gotta Rick Ross. Gotta get it in. Nevertheless, we're gonna do our best. We'll be right back with you at 12 o'clock, top of the hour. Email, hashtag on Facebook Live. The best of the 757 Community Talk Show, sharing things in our community, what's going on, how we can maybe mold and motivate young people as well as those that's in need. But nevertheless, coming up next, this young lady is so talented. She's on this song with the gentleman that wrote it. I'm considering, I think his name is called Shut Out. Shut Out the Sun, I think. I think that's his name. That's what they say in their lyrics. But Chiffon Clairiere is on this, and I had to play it. It's inspirational. You just got to know. You're listening to the very best of inspirational music on WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion.
As sure as the sun's gonna shine, I gotta believe, I gotta believe.
I done seen great things come for destruction. Nobody helping you and your kids, you and your woman. Rent through more bills and more of them coming. 100 apps, but none of them jumping. A couple interviews, but most of them more about nothing. Cause you got a felony, so you think about hustling, you think of the kids. Being the water, the government, more of a suffering. And you paying the judgment in reverence. Feeling irrelevant, but you ain't settling. Cause you got faith like a reverend. Feeling psychotic, key to unlock it. See, I know that God got it to me. It's ironic, gift and the curse. Rent always doing the first. Landlord say we about to get kicked to the curb. The bro called and he told me he can get me some work. 20 an hour, he put in the word. I'm like, word. I wrote this for you, mama, singing this song while we watch from the pew, mama. Can never pay you back when we start with 2 commas. We struggled a few summers, was locked up a few winters. We had some good days, some nights with no dinner, cold nights in November. Yeah, life was so simple. Every day in the gym, I'm just playing to win. Before I shoot at the stars, I had to aim at the rim. Then I picked up the mic. That was my bro's advice. We out here looking for blessings, not willing to sacrifice. I gave it all of my might, pray for this all of my life. Was working, steady working, without an end in sight. What's the brainer? Can get everything she ever dreamed of. Pick the fence, can choose either side, whichever's greener. Sold out arenas, so many people screaming my name. I made them believers.
I read about Daniel down in the lion's den. You went there to visit him, Father, time and time and time again. Oh Lord, do me like you did Daniel. Stand by me. Will you stand by me? One more thing. They tell me to send some live. Philistines. Oh Lord, don't forget me, Jesus, if you will stand by me. Lord, stand by me. Lord, sometimes I feel like the weight of the whole world is on my shoulder, but it's all in vain. Oh Lord, when I begin to feel weak along the way, that's when you come and you give me strength again. Oh, they put the Hebrew boys in the fire. It was 7 times harder than it ought to be. But just like you delivered them, Father, I know you can deliver me. Oh, Lord, I'm depending on you, Jesus. Will you stand by me? Lord, stand by me. Lord, stand by me. Stand by me, Jesus. Oh Lord, stand by me. Please, please, Lord, stand by me, Jesus. I'm your child. Stand by me. And I don't have no other God. Stand by me, Jesus. I'm gonna need you, Jesus. Stand by me. I'm really gonna need you, Father. Stand by me, Jesus. When I get sick, Lord, stand by me. When I get burdened down, oh, stand by me, Jesus. When I'm feeling kind of weak, stand by me. When I'm all alone, oh Lord, stand by me, Jesus. When I go in my room, Lord, stand by me. And I can't come out no more, oh Lord, stand by me, Jesus.
WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion. That's the sound of the one and only Luther Barnes saying, stand by me. In the hour when everything seems dark and there's no light, please, Lord, stand by me. You're listening to the very best of inspirational music with the voice of inspiration on the Let's Give Praise Music Ministry on WODU.
The Adventures of Captain 85. The Adventures of Captain 85. And now another exciting episode of Captain 85.
Yeah, that'll teach him. One more round, and I'm going to the playground.
I don't think so, Matt. Is that your big brother's gun?
Yeah.
And where did using it get him?
Listen, man, there's this kid at school joking me on how big my ears are, and I ain't going out like that.
And you think smoking him will make your status go up a little?
Well, yeah.
I have a better solution to this, but I want the gun first. What I'm going to do requires brain, Matt, not bullets. Now listen.
The Real Adventures of Captain 85, a mentoring program, is coming 2008 Part 2. You better be ready for that Part 2. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be fire. I'm coming. So you better get your kids ready to be mentored on the World Wide Web. Get them to become a member. I'm going to be putting up the website soon in 2018 to join. the web, street commandos, street commandos, the Captain 85. This is the biggest organization, biggest push worldwide. This is going worldwide that I'm going to be pushing, that we're going to bring our young people back to where they need to be, back to the middle. Be ready. 2018 came. One man can't do it alone. I'm going to show you the right way to bring our kids out of the darkness back into the light. Coming up at 12 o'clock, like I said before, the Let's Give Praise Music Ministry, Part 2. The best of the 757. Once again, let the people know who our guest is going to be.
Yes.
And
yes, we got Mr. Tony Jones in the house.
Yeah.
Yes, he's the founder of H.Y.P.E organization, helping young people everywhere. And we have, a beautiful woman. Oh, I love her.
Okay.
Tyran Green.
That's all coming
And she's
up.
from Portsmouth, Virginia, organizing, and she's going to tell us more about what's going on with that organization.
No doubt about it. That's all coming up at 12 o'clock right here on the Let's Give Praise Music Ministry from the studios of WODU. Facebook Live at 12 noon. Share it. Hashtag. Let people know that we are out here to take control of our future generation and lead them out of the darkness back into the light. That's all coming up at 12 o'clock. The best of the 757 Community Talk Show. And we back into the music. Coming up is Douglas Miller. You know, I keep telling you, that unspeakable joy. That joy that you can't find but one place. That's right here on the Let's Give Praise Music Ministry. WODU, the heartbeat of Old Dominion.
Well,
WODU. I'm talking about that joy, that unspeakable joy. It's 12 o'clock. You know how we go. You know how I do. Top of the hour. It's the best of the 757 Community Talk Show. And, of course, I'm here, the voice of inspiration, with my co-host, Miss Melovee.
Yes, yes. We on live, Facebook Live. You know what I tell you to do. Share. Press that share button. We want your family, friends, and colleagues to tune in today. We got 2 exciting guests here to share some community information with us. Important stuff. Like they used to say, potent stuff. Yay! Potent stuff. Right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, so we want to thank you all. We're going to wait till we build up an audience, but we have a young woman here that is phenomenal. She's gorgeous. Just got back from Hollywood.
Well, she had that
LA. Oh.
All the singing?
Hollywood. But she's here to talk about what's going on with Virginia organizing. Her name is Taran Green, and she's one of the influences and movers and shakers in the Virginia organization, and she's here to tell us more about it. And we have Mr. Tony Jones.
What's up?
Yeah, what's up? He's been here a number of times, also with his sidekick. I'm going to just say it, sidekick. You know, that's his sidekick. Yes, and he's going to be here to tell us more about what's going on with his organization, helping young people everywhere, and also something near and dear to his heart. Felons having their rights restored. Okay. So he's going to talk more about that coming up in a few moments.
All righty then. It's going to be an exciting show.
Yes, you know, yes.
They're building an audience for us, and also we already got Miss Hicks here.
Yeah, Kay Hicks, thank you. She has an event coming up on Thursday, yes, in Williamsburg. We're gonna attend that event as well. So
I hope she can put that information in there.
Yeah, put it up there. Yeah,
comments.
But I think it's invitation. So
invitation.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yep. When you came, we was in Williamsburg. They have another event coming up. It's an award ceremony, I believe. Yeah. So we got Kay Hicks. Taiwan is watching. Rita Cherry is watching. Thank you. We're building up. And Kay Hicks says, "Hey, Cap and Venus, I got joy, unspeakable joy. See you Thursday." Yes. Thank you. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Miss Wallace also was chiming in. Restoration of rights and just voting are great topics. Yes. So thank you. I think it's Rochelle Wallace. Yes. Okay. So we're building up an audience. And while we're doing that, tell us more about, I know that this is an important event, Mr. Jones. I'll call you Tony, but we're going to, that's coming up in November. It's November 30th. Right. And tell us more about it and why you're associated with it.
Okay. I met James Bailey in the summertime, and we talked about criminal expungement. And criminal expungement is, we don't have no legislation in Virginia in reference to that.
Okay.
And all the other states, like, for example, Boston, Kentucky, they have some legislation. So when a person, a returned citizen, comes out of prison, his record is all automatic expunged, so therefore he can get a job without being discriminated against. But when in Virginia, we don't have no laws like that. So when a person returning back to society, he getting discriminated against, or she getting discriminated against because of a past incident.
Right.
Was 20 years old.
You've done your time.
You've done the time already.
Right.
Now, at the same time, as employers, they want to give you a job or a chance because they're thinking they can't trust you or so and so forth.
Right.
So James Brett explained this to me a while back, and I said, this makes perfect sense. So ever since then, I've actually been with him, you know, speaking in places in reference to criminal expungement. And he also has a job fair at the same time.
Yes, absolutely.
And his job fair is so important because these employers like the shipyard, longshoremen, merchant seamen, and other private companies are actually giving returning citizens the opportunity to get a good job, a career job.
Right.
And it's a good thing. I've been telling everybody that I know to have a record that's getting having problems getting a job, be it this job fair and be it this criminal expungement workshop. So therefore, you can know to get your rights restored, and you can go from there. Because a lot of times people don't even they get out.
That's the last thing you think about. You're just so happy to be out and free, and then you don't realize that you need to do some other steps because you need your rights restored for a lot of reasons, and your past expunged. Lord knows we wish we could just do that. Period. Right.
Right.
But the reason why I'm asking you about this is because it's a personal connection to you.
Right.
And I know we've had you on the show many times.
Right.
But tell people that are watching now that may not have seen you before why this is so important for you.
Okay.
And why this is why people need to kind of get on board.
In 1997, I was arrested, and I received 2 life sentences for conspiracy charges, and throughout the incarceration, I stayed incarcerated almost 20 years, 19 years, and maybe about 8 months. And while I was in, I made a transition. I changed my thinking. I started doing positive things for the actually, when I say community, there's a community there too, because you got 1,500 people there.
Right. Yeah.
And
big community.
I seen something that needed to be done in reference to the young people that was coming in prison. They didn't know how to do their time. They was getting in trouble.
Right.
They was causing problems. When one person causes a problem, it affects everybody.
Right.
So if you don't address it, you don't wait for the administration. The inmates address it.
Right. Right.
So I seen that some of these kids need to be mentored.
Right.
And the young people looking at me as, okay, my voice, they respect my voice because I have a life sentence.
Right.
So therefore they listen to what I gotta say. So that next thing you know, I submitted a mentor program to the AW, to the assistant warden, and they accepted it. Next thing you know, I started the mentor program in the Bureau of Prisons, and from there, when I was released by President Obama in 2016,
right, got clemency.
Got clemency from President Obama. I took that same program that I was when I was doing it incarcerated. I brought it out here, and I wanted to implement the same thing, and I've been doing it ever since. I haven't doing it as fast as I want to.
But you know what? You've been on the ground. I have to applaud you, and I know from Voice of Inspiration and myself, we've been following you. We've been impacted by you. We've been invited to events that you've done. You've done a lot of work, and a lot of people would just come, want to they did their time, they got out. Right. They just want to kind of huddle up in a hole or somewhere and maybe work a job and don't bring any attention to yourself. But you didn't do that.
No.
What you did was brought that organization, H.Y.P.E, helping young people everywhere. I love that name,
right.
H.Y.P.E.
Right.
You took it and you flipped it.
Right.
You brought it out into the public, and you wanted to help young people to understand, don't even get into that position.
Exactly.
Because once you get in there, almost you were a grassroots organization within a prison system.
Right.
Because before it can get up to the upper powers of B, the AWs, like you say, the assistant warden and all that, you all took care of it. So that was like grassroots right there.
Right.
So here you are out and about doing grassroots, and everything that's worth anything takes time.
Right.
So you've been hitting it. You've been grinding, like the young people say. You've been out here. You've had a fundraiser. I mean, you've had a cookout. You've had a back to school program initiative. You've used all your energies trying to repair and repay all that has been done for you.
Exactly.
And so here we are with this expungement workshop, which is going to take place November 30th. From 5 to 7 p.m. at Tidewater Community College, and it's hosted by Humanities Behind Bars. Tell us a little bit more about that organization. Do you know much about that?
Well, these same sponsors are the same people from last month in October.
Okay.
And some of these people are people that James Bailey know.
Right.
He personally know these individuals.
And we know James Bailey. He's also brother out there grinding. We've known him for many years. He's affiliated with a number of organizations as well, and this is something that personally affected his life, and thereby that's why this is so personal for him. And
James Bailey, he's a smart guy, and at the same time he stay active. He go
he does.
from North, he go everywhere.
Everywhere, he's all over the place.
He wants to actually get the things done that the community needs, and one of the things we need is criminal expungement. Because I was explaining earlier, Virginia don't have no legislation in reference to when you come out of incarceration. You still gonna live with your past.
Yes.
So that's, for example, when you go to Boston, when you do your time and you've been released, it's the sponge.
Yes.
Only it could be brought up on a court order.
Right.
So therefore, no employer can actually go through your records and see what you've done unless you volunteer to talk about it.
That's right.
So therefore, you can get a good job and move on with life, and as if nothing ever transpired.
Right.
But Virginia, we stuck in the
we
twilight.
We still behind the times, right?
We're stuck in the twilight zone.
Right.
But at the same time, we got new people in office now that we can actually talk about this issue. So therefore, we can get this issue relevant and going. And so therefore, this legislation get passed. and then the people just come and return citizens can get a good job and don't never have to go back to jail.
Right, and don't have to worry about that haunting them and hanging over their heads. That
Exactly.
somebody going to be able to say, you know what, I found out XYZ, and now I can fire you. Thereby, now you going back into the streets doing what you maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah, you go back to what you know. Yeah, you got to know. You actually going back to what you know, instead of people saying, "Let me give you a leg up or a hand up," not a handout, people. Because they serve their time, once you serve your time and you want to be a productive citizen, this is a way to do that. You need stuff to now be erased and expunged, not because you didn't do it in blah, 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 that they say on Facebook, right? But it's because now you want to be out here being productive.
Exactly.
And we had you on the program a while back, and you brought some gentlemen with you. And I often tell people when I'm talking that between the three of you, and I met 5 of you at your event, you served 100 years.
100-something years.
100-something years. That is ridiculous. And so here you are now out here, and those gentlemen were out here also willing to help you, to bring your vision to light and to get you, to further what you were doing.
Right.
So you're trying to help other people that were in your situation to come on board and help you to be a positive influence and connect in the community. Talk about more about. I know you said you want this organization that James Bailey so fervently and so passionately pushes.
Right.
It's not only just because they just want to have workshops.
Right.
They're trying to get what? You said legislation passed?
They're trying to get legislation passed because there's no legislation in Virginia in reference to criminal expungement.
Right.
And like we just had the new we just had the past election. We got a lot of people that we put in office, so we can put this on their table now and say, hey, this is something that needs to be considered.
Right.
The return to sick. I'm gonna give you an example. Last October, we had a criminal expungement workshop.
Right.
It was a couple of people in the audience that said, hey, I'm a returning citizen. I've done 20 years. I can't get a job.
Right.
And if you could see the frustration in his face.
Right.
You could see, I could see it because I did 19 years in 8 months.
Right.
And it's like he wanted to give up right then.
Right. Right.
And
what happens is frustration will set in. You'll go back your old way.
And the thing about when I spoke to this guy from personal, because I'm the same way. They stay consistent. He was in school like I was, and he was going to school for a welder. But he was so impatient. And you could see in his face that he wanted to give up right then and there. He's like, who's going to make these people give me a job? Right. But at the same time, is like we say, it takes testimonies like that.
Yes.
And going to Richmond at the right time and let those House of Delegates heard the stories of why people returning citizens can't get a good job.
Right. And you want people to be productive. You want people to be able to come back out into society, regardless of what they went in for. They're now out. And be able to be productive, because if they're not, they're going to be unproductive and they're going to be a problem again.
Exactly.
So you want to make sure that there are laws that say, you know what, if you're willing to do the right thing, we're willing to help you get there.
Exactly.
And so, and I know that Tyran is not just here because she's gorgeous. We want her to talk about, and we're gonna make sure that we go back around because there are a lot of people chiming in. Actually, there's a woman that's on right now. She has a lengthy comment. Thank you, Rochelle Wallace. We also need to teach how to write cover letters, resumes, dressing for interviews, speaking at interviews, preparing for community, preparing the community to be leaders for careers and not just jobs. That's awesome. That's great. That's exactly right.
That makes perfect sense.
We need leaders. That's right.
That makes perfect sense.
Yes.
And in the near future, we'll hold some type of workshop to actually teach people how to write resumes and to be prepared for job interviews. Because we had that done. We had that when I was incarcerated. Mock job fairs.
Okay.
Which is we went through a whole process of being interviewed. We had to have a resume and so on and so forth. So I'm glad she pointed it out.
Yes. And we have another person chiming in, Kim Crane. Thank you. Say hey, fam. Eddie Ellis. Tony, I am very proud of you, bro. That's what he says.
How you doing?
Okay.
Hey, Eddie.
Yes. And we got Stuart Neal, Tracy McNair, DeAndre Barnes, Mark Philly Jones. I like that name, Philly. Mark Philly Jones. Philly, that's my peoples. Even though I'm from New York. Leon Jones is also watching it. We're going to get back to conversation. Thank you all. Keep sharing. Keep pushing that share button. We want people to get this information. And we have a flyer that's also on our Facebook page. This is what the workshop is going to entail. There are some folks, I want to mention Virginia Cure is also a part of this workshop. The Garden of Hope is a church that's also a part of this workshop as well. Tyran, I know we're going to shift for a moment to get you to talk about Virginia organizing. You're a Portsmouth branch.
Just before you do that, I see us say they would like to assist with that.
Okay, okay, good. And we'll give information on how you can get in touch with these two people and how to assist and be a part of the program. So thank you. We thank you for that. Keep sending your comments. Keep pressing that share button. So you're on.
Well, hello, Facebook. I'm here because I want to talk about Virginia Organizing. It's a nonprofit organization, and they help with social injustice, any social injustice in the community. We're having our Christmas event with our Portsmouth chapter and our other Virginia Beach chapter. And so we're going to have a Christmas gala. It's a fundraiser. We need your support. We need your involvement. Anybody that's interested in learning more about Virginia organizing, learning how to empower yourself to organize in the community and any issues related to community issues that you can get involved in, each one teach one, and that's my saying.
Amen.
And the lack of knowledge, the people will perish.
Amen.
So we're having an event at Roger Brown on December the 7th. It's from 6 to 9, and donations are $25, where you will be entered to win a TV, and you will receive a free photo. Excuse me?
How big is TV?
It's about a 40-inch.
Wow, 40-inch TV, folks. It's Christmas time. Look,
it's $25.
$25.
It's on a Thursday night. We would love to have you there. Anybody that could come. If you can't make it, if you could just do a generous donations. We love donations because we want to keep it going. We've done a lot in the community. We've done a lot for the community. And we're just trying to get the word out that you can be a part of making change in your community. It's just not about Virginia organizing. It's about Virginia organizing, empowering the people to be able to participate and help change in the community and make change in the community.
You know, and for those people that don't know where Roger Brown is, where is that located?
It's in Portsmouth on High Street. It's in Portsmouth on High Street, and we're trying to come out, fellowship, and celebrate. And we've been a part of a lot of changes in the community, and we just want to empower people. It's all about social justice and any injustices that you may have that you feel that you want to voice your opinion on and get educated on so you could be a part of the change.
And I want to just share with you that also a raffle will be held for a one-week getaway vacation. People, if you need a vacation, $25 to get in, that's a bargain. What I want to talk about is Virginia organizing and how they've been so impactful in the area of children and in the school system. I know that you all have had success in having legislation passed. Talk about that.
Well, we played a major part in getting the suspension rates dropped in Portsmouth, and they're changing the code of conduct for the students. Yeah, they changed it.
Yes. Yes, and I know because I've been following it on Facebook how it has impacted the Virginia Beach. I'm hoping for Virginia, but for Portsmouth system, how it has impacted the school systems thus far. How they have already implemented and initiated how it has brought down suspension rates already.
Yes.
I follow Patrick Boyd, who is the NAACP president of Portsmouth.
And he works with us
He
too.
works very hard, and I know that it was one of his things that he wanted to also have come to fruition, and it has. Your organization and you in particular, because you two paired your organization H.Y.P.E, helping young people everywhere, and Virginia organizing of Portsmouth paired together regarding children and regarding this situation in the school system, and made it happen.
Right.
And you all were going to Richmond and tell us some more things, because I know that there's other legislation.
Pipeline to prison.
Yeah, pipeline to prison.
About how the criminal justice system is the high incarceration rates and how it affects our children.
Right.
Because if they're not in school, they end up becoming dropouts, and if they end up becoming dropouts, they end up in the criminal system.
That's
and
right.
it's a big money maker.
Right.
So we just want to promote change, and we want to be involved. And anybody that wants to be involved, that want to be a part of it, this is a way. I mean, it's a lot of ways to be a part of helping the community, but this is a way to help. If you can give your donation, if you can give your time, or you can just come. If you don't understand what's going on, come see what's going on.
That's right.
And we will educate you on what's going on. We will.
Like, for example, about in the summertime, you know, the issue with school to prison pipeline, the suspension rate, you know, we submitted this stuff to the governor. And the governor signed some new legislation, I think it was June, saying that, hey, your guys are right.
Right.
We have to change this because the school system is about educating the kids, not keeping the kids out of school.
That's right.
So therefore, he acknowledged that it is a problem. He signed some new legislation, and next thing you know, it's law now.
That's right.
And the people out there need to get involved with, like she said, about coming to see what Virginia Organizing is all about.
And actually, that's how you got involved. You came and you just kind of sat in and tried to look and say, let me just see what this is about.
Right.
And a lot of times that's what we need to do. We need to step out of our comfort zone, step out of the box. And yes. Oh, thank you. James Patrick Board is now watching. Thank you. Venus Ortiz is watching. Shamika Wheel is watching. Eddie Ellis. We have some comments. This is a most wonderful conversation, and I definitely want to share. Ramel Jasmir, thank you for that comment. Eddie Ellis, he says we are real examples, bro. Yes. He was one of the guys.
He was my coach when I got out. He was on a reentry program, and every other day he would call me and say, "Hey, what you got going on?"
Oh, okay.
We need some information.
Accountability.
He gave
Accountability.
me all the information I needed in reference to anything. The transition, I got it.
Okay.
I got it within minutes. You know.
Wow.
And he liked that, and I always tell him here now and then, "Hey man, appreciate you, man. Thanks again, for all the support you done for me."
There you go. Yeah. And we got Ron TV Turner. All right, Captain 85, doing it for the city.
Yeah, I'm doing it for Netflix and film.
Yes, he is off the chain. Please get his CD because it is a must hear. Yes. But getting back to the conversation,
I just wanted to say, it's not easy. We can't do it by ourselves.
No,
it's not easy coming up here, taking out the time. It's not easy trying to pump people up to get involved.
Yes, trust me.
I'm just hoping that we can reach some individuals that have the time, that we can reach some individuals that care, that we can reach some moms, that we can reach some dads, that we can reach some returning citizens. It's not about publicity. It's not about show and tell. Or you see me doing this. It's from the heart.
Yes.
And I'm just sitting up here and I'm just thinking, we know a lot of people. We need you people. We need you. Yes. We need your support. Right. We cannot do it by ourselves.
Absolutely.
We need you. Even if it's not the cause that you think we should be on, come and see how you can get involved. Come see how you can add to it.
Yeah, nieces and nephews.
For example, a couple of weeks ago, we had a workshop, dismantling racism workshop. Virginia Organizing put it together, and we went down.
I would have loved to.
Oh,
do that.
yes.
Wow.
This was so powerful. I wish we could record it and give everybody a copy.
We stayed a weekend, and that wasn't cheap.
Wow.
Yeah,
but. All expense paid, but it was a training on dismantling racism. And we stayed with other individuals in Virginia that don't have a lot of black people in their community. And we stayed the weekend with these people. And I got to experience from another point of view, a Caucasian person that don't know nothing about the black community and didn't understand.
Exposure,
yeah.
Because that's what it really needs about. Van Jones, who is from CNN, he talks about the messy truth. And that's really what he is really trying to push. We need to expand our territory because we think that there's a lot of people that.
See, what happened is in one of my art pieces that I did in class last year, I drew a chessboard and put the pieces up there and said, stop being a pawn. We're being pawns. White people being pawns. Black people being pawns. The people the main pieces on the chessboard is the people that have the power, the rook, the queen, the king. The pawns are I can dispense of y'all and let y'all fight amongst yourself. Yeah. That's why we got the 1%. Because the 1% is dictating to the other 99%. So we're behind this persona that black people don't like white people don't like black people. And we continue battling something that we didn't create. Right. It's something that's a tool that people are using to keep us
divided. Yeah. Division. If we keep each other divided, we'll never know. We'll never come together and be a strong unit. But I know that this expungement workshop is to ease the rights, ease up,
It's to bring Virginia up to speed. Virginia is not up to speed. Virginia, the right word to say, they're in the twilight zone. I mean, you got other states that are operating. They operating when a person doesn't do their time, they're coming out and they're getting good jobs, career jobs, and they're moving on forward.
Right.
Virginia, they're back then.
Right.
They need to catch up. And the thing about it is, since we got people in office that look like us, that think like us, they can pass this legislation right now.
Right.
The next available vote, they can get this thing on the floor and get it circulated.
So we have legislation for expungement laws passed. We need to have legislation passed for this
criminal expungement.
Criminal expungement. Okay.
Yeah, we need to adopt another state's format, same way they do it.
Right, because it's already done. It's not like you're not reinventing the wheel. You go and we find out information from other states regarding other things, building shopping malls and community centers and all these things. They send out groups to see what their cities are doing and bringing it back and then formulating it and out. This is the same deal. Go out and see how other cities are doing and what is the percentage rate and what is you can find out so much by reaching out and saying, hey, your city's doing it. What is your rate of success for this program like this? Because they got to do something when they get out, and you want them to be productive. You want their mind to not be idle.
Exactly.
Because if their minds are idle, they're going back into the same road, and it may be worse.
Lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge.
People will perish.
It surely will.
Me and James were talking about when, like for example, when I was incarcerated. Do you know how much a person makes an hour working a real job in there on the assembly line?
Wow.
You would never guess. 8 to 10 cents.
Wow.
8 to 10 cents. Now they're working 8-hour shifts. They're working from 7:30 that morning to 3:30 to 4:30 that evening. 3:30 that evening.
Wow.
And they're making dimes, nickels and dimes, literally. And at the same time, you get a lot of guys, that wasn't getting no support from home.
Right.
So they end up having to go to these factories, getting these jobs because they got to feed themselves. So therefore,
that helps them survive.
Exactly. So now at the same time, they have to working now.
Right.
So now when they get out into society, they can't even get a good job.
Right.
A good job.
Right.
The people say, no, thank you. No, thank you. Tell me about this fellow right here you talking about.
Right, because now you're known by what you did, not by what you're trying to do.
Exactly.
And so we need to get away from that. We got another person chiming in. Hey, fam. Hey, it says Prince Creed McIntyre. He has an awesome play that's out called My Life Matters. That play is off the chain. I'm going to be pushing and promoting that because people need that. It's about all of what we're talking about. Right. Suicide prevention, drug addiction, and incarceration. I mean, it deals with everything. And it's a musical, but it's uplifting. Even with all of that they're embracing and talking about, the play is phenomenal. So we're going to be talking about that. He's going to be in our studio again. Amy Barnes, she says, Texas helps. Okay, my thing just went out. Somebody's calling me.
Texas have those that have been in prison with second chance. Really well.
I really wondered why Virginia did not adopt this as well. So some people are asking the question, why hasn't Virginia keep pushing it? Because that's how public opinion and public movement, we start a movement that people don't understand that. Why Virginia doesn't understand that they need to push this.
Let me put it on the table. I mean, I'm gonna put the real truth. I'm gonna put the real truth out there. Why they ain't adopted?
Okay.
This is where slavery started at.
Oh, well.
I mean, let's get real. Slavery started in this state. So, this is what it's all about. We're not gonna. It's hard to get legislation when you're in a state that created that. What did they tell you when you go in jail? Didn't they not tell you when you got there you are a slave? Don't they tell you that? You can't. Yeah.
They put a number on you.
Right. They put a number. You can't do nothing.
You're branded. Yeah.
You're branded when you walk in there.
And if you go back, you get the same number.
Oh,
what? They hold it for you.
That's you get the same number.
Like you play basketball.
That's your number.
You know how they put your
I thought they retired it.
Right. They waiting for you to come back.
Yeah, they know. They know.
Same number.
Come on, man.
You get the same number.
Well, this is what I'm saying. We got to speak truth. Right. So that people understand it's up to them to get out there to get these people that's going to be elected to that office to make sure they get these things done. Right.
And I can relate, not because I'm a returning citizen, that somebody that been to jail, did their time, and they come out and they try to get hired. It's frustrating as a citizen if you out here and haven't been to jail and can't get no job.
Hey.
And then you find you go back to what you used to do.
Right.
And it's easier.
Because it's easier. Because
it's
that's
easier.
what you know.
Just don't get caught.
Right.
I can't even get a job now. Every time I think I'm gonna get a job, I get
It's
called
hard.
that it's been canceled.
It's hard.
But I like what Rochelle Wallace said. She said that we need leaders.
Yeah.
You have your own business. So we need to make sure that we're not only seeking out jobs, which we need. We're bless the Lord, but we're also creating jobs, job creators.
Right.
We need to be leaders in politics if that's what our mind and the Lord leads us to do. But we also need to be able to employ. Because this way we won't have to worry about depending on someone else to do it for us.
Even with the things we're doing now.
Yes.
Why can't the state pay the people that was in jail to mentor the people that to keep them out of jail? Wouldn't that be simple?
Right.
You know, say, hey,
Jail
look, you got to go.
it's a costly thing.
Yeah, it's a costly thing.
Yeah,
It's,
but
it's cheaper.
It's money. You told us. Tell us some more about how it's a money making business.
Right.
One of the guards.
We also talked about this in the past that being incarcerated or having a conviction or a charge, it has a monetary value on the charge. Mine, for example, was $4 million on each count.
Woo!
$4 million for count one.
You got that kind of money, bro?
$4 million for count two.
And that's how much you was worth.
That's how much you were worth.
Deeded property.
Wow.
That's
good.
So that's
Deeded
two
property.
counts that I owed the federal government $8 million.
Wow.
Now all these charges that a person gets from federal or state has a monetary value. Some $25,000, some $50,000.
Oh, okay.
But mine at the time was $4 million. So this thing about it is when I'm walking around in jail and you look on the rec yard, you got all these people had a monetary number on their head.
Right. So that's money. That's dollar signs walking
They
around.
not looking at you got family at home.
They don't care. They like, wow,
money.
Yeah, $4 million there.
Remember, our whole comment based on debt is to purchase debt. They purchase debt and they sell it.
Monopoly.
This is how our comment arose.
Oh, okay.
So all these judgments that you see in people walking around with $4 million, $60 million. I've seen one person he had a $960 million debt or fine that he owed the federal government.
$960 million.
Means you'll be indebted
for life. Till you die afterwards.
Judgment that high.
What?
Wow.
I never seen it. And that blew my mind when I seen his name was $960 million.
But that's why you're here, to explain the real truth that we don't hear. I ain't know that.
And educate.
That's
Tony, you want to share how you got indebted out?
You know.
Well.
Nice.
No.
You're so funny. So funny.
Just like, oh.
The monetary, like I said, once you get charged with these charges, and they have this big amount of debt or fine that you owe, if you don't pay that fine, you're gonna be incarcerated. Okay. Because
so they'll put you
The court uses one of their mechanisms, which is called delinquent and default. Right. Which is when you label delinquent, you go in default. They can use a court, or they use the court to put you in jail. Same if you have a forfeiture, not a forfeiture, a foreclosure in your house. Right. They forcibly take your house from you. So now if you don't pay them their fine, they forcibly take you and lock you up until you pay that fine. Or you find out the laws and utilize laws to make sure you can discharge the fine. Right. And next thing you know, the money is not over your head no more.
But if the young people
don't know
that's 13 or 12 don't know what they're getting into,
exactly.
They really need. This is what I'm saying. You got to educate the community.
Exactly.
Because it ain't no game.
It's not a game. Because the thing about it is, they don't care about how old you are, how young you are, or whatever. That monetary fine, once you get in debt to that or in default of that, you want to jail.
Right. So then you're going to serve the rest of your time. Your property.
Right. The property is what? That body.
That body.
In that jail.
So you know what? This is good because I want to know, how does expungement help that part of? Does it help that part of it?
The thing about
if I expunge your record, then does that go away?
Well, okay, that's a good question. After 7 years and 20 years, depends. They got two different statutes that you can no more be basically never required to pay the fine. Okay. But they also have another statute say after 20 years also. So you got two of them.
So if I live 20 years and
in jail,
beyond, Okay, in jail.
In jail, or out of jail. They're saying, okay, after 20 years or after 7 years, if you haven't paid, then it's more enforceable.
Okay, 7 years. Okay.
But at the same time, as you also, there has laws that if you are indigent, if you have no money, then you can petition the court and say, I don't have no money.
Right.
Only money I have is to take care of my person.
Right.
So therefore, I'm not responsible for it anymore. But if you don't know about this, what happens?
You can't go and take care of that.
Exactly.
Right. So what you don't know can cause you to go back into jail.
Yep.
And you've been, regardless of if you've been given clemency or you served your time, this still hangs over your head. This is absolutely barbaric. But I want to read some comments. We're getting a lot of comments. Thank you, Chris Cree. An ex-felony and a military vet has the same high risk of depression, post-traumatic stress, and suicide. This is what My Life Matters is all about. Right. This is exactly what he's talking about, because you go into a depression. You were talking about a gentleman who was sitting in one of these meetings saying, I'm ready to give up. Right. That's depression. This is weighing on you. Right. Many states, Eddie Ellis says, many states are making incarceration about money and not about rehabilitation. Yes, that's right. That's Rod Gaines, thank you for watching. We got people just chiming in. Author David Woods is watching. Thank you for watching us, and please press share, because this is invaluable information. And we think we knew somebody. We're learning today, folks. Because we all of us have some folks that been where obviously been in prison and done time, but never really sat down and talked to them about what all the elements were. And like you said, in states, I come from New York. We don't think about it because it's a state that they automatically have this going on. But here, this stuff hangs over your head.
Exactly. When you think about it, the prison system has touched almost every doorstep
absolutely
in the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whether it's an uncle, a father, a niece, or whatever case may be.
A brother-in-law, cousin.
So therefore, this type of information is needed. So therefore, whenever returning citizen come back, because they don't know the things I learned. It took me 19 years. I'm reading books.
And you helped people with the cases.
I'm reading criminal rules of procedure, civil rules of procedure. I'm reading all these different books because I ain't got no time but time to read and study. How did I get out of jail? How did I get in jail? Now, how to get myself out of jail?
Right.
And at the same time, this people in society right now, they so busy caught up in the day-to-day life. Right. They confide in a lawyer and they think the lawyer has their best interest.
Right.
And sometimes, got a lot of cases.
Yeah, and you got court-appointed attorneys. They just want to get this case off the books.
Exactly.
Right. So they're not worried about how to affect your family and you. Please.
Oh, I've been down there.
Trust me, I know.
I thought I was James Brown when my lawyer was telling me that.
Please.
It's crazy.
But getting back to this workshop, people, you really need to go and take part. What Tony Jones did was he went. He just kind of, you weren't involved at first. You kind of went. You linked up with James Bailey. We hope that you're watching, and you kind of sat and said, "Let me see how this can fit into what happened to me." Right. And then you became interested, and now you're pushing it and wanting to be a part of it.
I'm gonna take you back and
take me back. We're gonna go back.
The first workshop I went to, I was blown away because James Bailey had some House of Delegates individuals, people on the House of Delegates, actually a Democrat. He also had a couple of people from Shipyard who was hiring people who returning citizens.
Okay.
He also jobs like, for example, longshoremen, merchant seamen, shipyard jobs. Returning citizens don't think they can get these jobs.
Right.
So they don't even go.
They don't even apply.
Right.
But James had these individuals come out and say, "Hey, I'm the one can give you this job. I can give you this career job." And it blew me away because I haven't been to a setting like that.
Right.
And then at the same time, they had a criminal responsibility going on, and they was saying, "Hey, if you're not on probation or a supervisor leave, fill out the paper right now.
Right.
And we're gonna start the ball rolling, and we're gonna get your rights restored." And all this was going on. If you could, the place was packed.
Right.
It had women and men.
Right.
And next thing you know, you're seeing people signing lists to get merchant seaman jobs, signing lists to get a shipyard job. And these people that was there saying, "I'm the one to go hire you.
Right.
I'm not gonna refer to nobody. I'm the one.
I'm the one. The buck stops with me.
Right. I'm the one. So I've been telling guys who return citizens, "Hey, you need to be here because you can get you a good job. Stop working these jobs that you can be."
McDonald's. McDonald's is fine. We love.
Yeah, we love this place. But at the same time, we need a career job. Right. A career job that can take care of you. So
not a wage, but a career.
Yeah, a career job. So therefore, you can start thinking, okay, I can use this job. I can retire in 20 years.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And there was so many good jobs. Like, for example, one of the speakers said, He said, how much do you think that a elevator repair maintenance guy makes? He said, give me some numbers. A person said $40,000. He said $75,000. I can give you that job.
Wow.
I
want to repair the elevator.
Hello. Don't we want to do that?
I
would do that. Wow. Are you kidding me?
And and these are the type of jobs that was there for these returning citizens right there.
And I love that you use the term returning citizens. You know, we didn't ever used to call them that before. But I love that, returning citizens, because that's exactly what they're coming back in the community.
Right.
And they're returning to, hopefully, not to what they used to do.
Exactly.
And we need to have options. We need to have something else besides what they used to do and what they used to know, waiting for them and available. But I am so enthralled by this whole process, because there's a lot of things that we all didn't know. And if we have family members and people, actually, I might refer to something about somebody right now, oh, hallelujah, that can go to this event, and there's a job fair attached and have a chance. Thank you, Jesus, because you answer prayer in the most unusual ways, and we just thank you for that. So, yes.
All them guys out there, if you you're having a problem getting a job, you're a returning citizen, come to this workshop. Be there early, so therefore you can actually sign up.
5 to 7.
5 to 7.
Not even a lot of time.
Right.
5 to 7. Come there and hear. Everything is about you now. It's about you. You the one this event about. It's about you. So
give that date.
You don't normally have events like that reference to a returning citizen.
Right, and that's November 30th. That's Thursday from 5 to 7 at Tidewater Community College, 310 Granby Street, room 5509. We used to actually do lectures at that college. Yeah. And it's hosted by Humanities Behind Bars, and I love that name. Humanities Behind Bars is hosting this event. Also, we want to give a shout out to James Bailey, who's an organizer extraordinaire. He's always organizing these events and many others. So kudos and shout outs to him, our brother, who has a heart for such a thing as this. Yes, and for such a time as this. We have so many things going on in our communities that people can't understand.
Is it okay if your loved one that is a returning citizen that can't make it, if you could come out and get that information, if it doesn't apply to you, it apply to somebody you know that you care about. And it will at some point, that you care about. Yes, and come get that information for them.
Absolutely. My grandmother used to say, it may not be for you now, but put it in your pocket. It may be for some time later, for someone later, and you don't know if you're in a grocery store and you're hearing somebody. You can say, you know what? Hey, I have this information for you. God will always pair you and put you in a position where you can help somebody and say something, because you don't know, Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
Any community leaders can come out and give it to their organization. Just come out and get connected and get the information.
You know,
absolutely.
About the one thing I was saying about restoring your rights too. You know, it's a one sheet, one document that you fill out, and people are gonna help you fill out. Come if it's applied to you. Come out and fill out this form. If it don't apply to you, come out and see how easy it is, so you can confer it back to your family member.
That's
because they need their rights restored. They need to vote again. They need their voice need to be heard. They need to get their jury duty rights back. All the rights that they
voting rights back.
Get that stuff back. Get it back. Don't sit there and let the days go by. You just don't have your rights.
Now that's the key component. Is getting that freedom back.
Yes.
You know,
feeling free,
feeling as being a part of the community.
Right.
You know, everybody makes mistakes.
Exactly.
And we have to embrace. And this is why we do this talk show, so that the community can get this information, so they can get it out. I didn't know, I wasn't aware of it, but there's no need. When we got this number of people, all they got to do is share with 10 friends. Just send this. This is archived. This is recorded. Send it to They may not be be at work or be on lunch break right now watching and view. When they get off or when you get home, send it out to 10 of your friends and tell them to send it to people.
Absolutely.
Because this information is important and it's coming up this Thursday.
Right.
You know, so.
Exactly.
And what we want to do, there's Pretty and Black is watching. April Vines is watching. Tracy Cross, thank you. Amy Barnes, she says Tony Newton. I'm not sure what that means, but yes. Thank you for chiming in. Waquilla White. Raven Green is watching. Thank you. But I wanna just get back to how can people Is there a fee for this event? How can they? Do they have to RSVP? What do they have to do?
No, all they gotta do is show up.
Show up.
Show up. There's no what you call it?
RSVP.
None of that. None of that. Just show up. Let's show up. Come out there. You got a group of people that's gonna if you're trying to get your rights restored, they're gonna be over there in the corner
and the jobs fair.
The job fair. Everybody that represent the shipyard, merchant seamen, longshoremen, and all the other jobs, they're gonna be there with a list saying sign up. If you want a job, sign. Next thing you know, they're gonna do basically the typical screening, and next thing you know, you're hired. They're gonna get you a job.
Okay.
A job.
Okay.
The only reason I didn't get a job because I'm in school.
Okay.
I would have got that job. Any of the jobs they were saying, I would have got that job because for the simple fact is, I said they $75,000 for elevator repair maintenance.
Look, I make sure.
$75,000.
Wow.
You know,
the only reason I'm in school, I said I'll get that job.
A couple years ago, we had talked to some delegates, and they was trying to get.
Yeah, they would. It's exactly right. Yeah.
Trying to get jobs and get the restores. You know, people that are coming out of prison back
Right.
into the population of
Right.
working, and you know, we again it's bringing you over, y'all. You know, y'all bringing y'all over to inform and educate the public about these things and activities that y'all are engaged in.
Right.
A lot of people might see you out on the street, you know, eating at a restaurant or, you know, whatever you might be doing, you know, like, you know, we just another person. But they don't know all the work and time that you invest and donate. This is not paid services.
Exactly.
What you do for the community is from the heart.
Right.
And when you ask people for a donation, and so, you know, it's hard. You know, it's hard to depend on people, but people have to understand you can't do it without financial support.
Right.
You know, to get gas to go somewhere or to find a babysitter you got to pay.
Right.
Everything's requires somebody to chip in something. Right. You know, if you're not on the battlefield, then support the people that's on the battlefield that's doing the work.
Exactly. You know, like for example, you know, when I did the community cookout in Portsmouth, I went door to door, which company to company, asking for donations, talking to managers.
Right.
And they didn't have no problem doing it.
Right.
Walmart, 2 Walmarts, 7-Eleven,
right.
Papa John's, all these people wanted to get involved. I spoke about it. I presented my my flyer.
Okay.
I gave the 501c2 information. Next thing you know, they was accepting it. Okay, I can give you $300. I can give you a gift card. I can give you this.
Tax write-off.
Right. Yeah, because they have it in their budget. That's what they do for the community.
Right.
You know, when they're in communities, they want to make sure that their name is put out there. There's a win-win for both sides.
Exactly.
So yeah, but it's free to the public. This event is free to the public, and refreshments will be provided.
Right.
So we want to make sure that was talked about, and it is you know, just to let people know that there is a place for you all to go. You know, this is why the Best of a 757 is in action, because we want to make sure that you all know the information. With like my sister said here, without the lack of knowledge, my people perish. You know, that's the scripture, and that's what we want to be about. We want to bring knowledge to people because there's a lot of things that we don't know that can get us in bigger holes and trouble that we can't get ourselves out of. So we hope that you're listening and pushing those buttons and letting people know. H.Y.P.E is watching. H.Y.P.E is watching.
Yeah, I want to send a man shout out to H.Y.P.E. He was the winner on Sunday night of an award at Broadway. You know, keep grinding, Jack. You know what you do. 103 Jams. You know, I send out shouts. I ain't got no problem. You know, 103 Jams. He's the hardest working man in show business. He works harder than James Brown. You know, and Angela Harrell, who's also chiming in from Norfolk. Thank you for chiming in.
And Bilonda King, thank you for chiming in. Bilonda.
Yeah.
But I want to get back to, let's recap. December 7th, Virginia Organizing Portsmouth, along with Virginia Organizing Virginia Beach. Yay, Virginia Beach. Right. There's an event at Roger Brown's. It's a fundraising / Christmas event that's going on December 7th.
Tell us about the prizes and stuff again.
I didn't want to cut her off. She was doing so well. I know you're going to let me see it look pretty.
And go ahead.
Okay. It's $25. It's a donation of $25. That will enter you into a drawing to win a 40-inch TV. Also, it will You'll also receive a photograph printed on the spot.
Okay.
And if you like you can enter the raffle to get a free week vacation.
Yay!
Of your choice, your date, and your time to the location that you want to go to.
Wow.
And we're just trying to get together. We're going to have a award ceremony. We're going to play some games. We're going to have fun. We're going to meet people. We're going to have a registration table up for everybody
registration
that wants
drive
to come and get involved. And we're just going to have fun. And while we're having fun, we're going to be collecting donations.
Right. And at the same time, the chapter from Norfolk is also coming too.
Okay.
So,
so we got 3 cities covered: Virginia Beach, Portsmouth, and Norfolk.
Exactly.
And Chesapeake.
And Chesapeake, so 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. The different chapters
the
of
different
Virginia.
Okay, so good. It's awesome. So we
and it's from 6 to 9 at Roger Brown.
Yes, and that's an awesome place.
And if you cannot make it, find a way to send a donation.
Yes.
We need donations. We need
now,
your
how
support.
can people? That's the one thing. How can people contact you?
They
if
can
wanna do that?
inbox me. They can inbox
on Facebook.
me. Yes, on Facebook. Go to the Virginia Organizing Facebook site. Easy site. I am one of the organizers in the chapter of Portsmouth, so I'll be glad to take your donation.
Okay. There you go. You heard it here. Okay, so you can inbox her on Facebook or on Virginia Organizing page as well. So that's the way you can kind of make sure you get the monies out there. If you can't go, please do that, because this is such an important organization. They've been doing so much on the ground. Grassroots. Yes. We love grassroots organizations. They're the backbone of the community. They get out there, they grind, they do, and nobody gives them knowledge and notice. So we want to make sure we do that today.
I remember, like, for example, I remember when y'all did that Swanson Homes when the flood.
We did the coat drive.
A coat drive, okay. And it's just so many important things that they do.
Oh yeah.
And if you don't understand what's going on, just ask me, inbox me. I love to talk. I'm trying to be quiet today, though. I'm trying to be quiet today.
Ask me.
Inbox me. Or just come out and have fun. Yeah. Come out and get your picture taken. Right. Proceeds to the foundation.
And now, if you want to get in contact with you, Mr. Jones, how would they do that?
Helping young people everywhere at gmail.com. That's my email address. Or they can inbox me on Facebook, either way.
Okay.
And let's go from there. There's a lot of organizations out there that has different mission statements, but at the same time we have one primary goal, is to help
the
people.
And we need to bring all of those components together so that we're not all working as on a wheel trying to do the same thing. But if we bring them all together, you know how much power that is?
It is.
And legislation, people, needs to be passed. So talk to your local legislators about all this that we talked to you about today. We had a person that said that's the key, is to talk to your legislator, call them, find out who they are, and start moving and shaking in your community. And ask them questions.
Ask that question. I didn't know our state didn't have no criminal expungement.
Right. And it said, shame them.
Yeah, exactly. Why would they not have that? No other states have that.
You ain't shaming them. You want my vote?
Yeah, you want my vote next
they got to get into the game.
Yeah.
Exactly. And if they're there, if you voted for these people, this is what it's all about. We have to get in the game like we did this past election.
Yes.
Young people voting. I took, in my family alone, 10 people to the polls.
Awesome.
My son, 18, just turned 18, first time voting. So it's no secret. My other son, this is first time voting because he stay out of state, and he just came back home. He's 25, 26 years old. First time voters in this election. So you got to understand, we can engage and get people involved and motivated, but they can't just get our vote just beginning and don't do nothing.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. We're just putting them in office to take up a seat.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in what you're doing and not the person in the seat.
Hey,
I'm more
I'm
interested in
trying
what
to
you're going to do. Yeah, because we got too many people that are filling seats, but they're not responsive to the community.
Right.
What good are you? What use are you? So we want to thank you both for being here. And
thank you for having us.
Yes.
Thank you for having us.
And we got
about 5 minutes
Yeah.
before we wrap up.
Let's see how many more people. Oh, wow, we got some more people chiming in. Keisha Mills, thank you. Ms. Freeman, thank you for chiming in.
Share the post, you guys.
Yeah, share it.
Just share. Just push use your little thumb and press the button and just share.
And on our Facebook page that we shared to advertise this this event today. These two people. We have the flyer on the Facebook page, so go up there and you'll see the information, or inbox either myself or Voice of Inspiration, and we'll give you the information as well.
It's going to be reposted. So
yes, we post
it'll be up there until Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, it'll be up all week up until Thursday.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
until we, but we have had so much information given out today, and people get overwhelmed a lot of times. So it's like, we'll have it up there. If you need to ask us any questions, feel free to do that.
You can inbox
any of us. We'll do that. Any of us, and we'll make sure that happens. All right, tell us now. Now, last time you spoke at the event.
Right.
This time are you going to be speaking at the event?
I don't know if I'm going to be speaking, but I actually told James that I want to speak about the same thing I spoke about at the last, which was about criminal punishment, what's the importance of it, why we need it, and so on and so forth. My personal experience about being incarcerated, how my transition back into the community, how was it for me? It ain't easy. Like, for example, we had a job fair at my school, and a bunch of employees came, and I gave them my resume. Right. And they're like, wow, this is a good resume. Wow, you did all this? Sure, yeah. Oh, well, do you think I qualified for your job? Yeah, you did all this, sure. And then next thing you know, being discriminated about because a 20-year-old passed.
Wow. That's a good question. Now, when you come to this workshop and you're there to take part in the job fair, do you have to bring a resume on site or
no,
just okay?
No.
Okay. So you don't have to have a resume when you come.
I mean, if you want to stick out, from the crowd, then you'll bring a resume.
Okay.
To stand out. But other than that, just bring yourself and come and sign up.
Yeah, we don't want you not to come because you don't have a resume.
Yeah.
Just
right.
come,
just
show
come.
your face,
Okay.
meet some people,
good.
network, get involved.
Right.
Okay, good. So this way,
network.
But that's the key, because without that, you won't know anything. You got to get out there. You won't know. They won't know you, who you are. You won't know what's going on.
Girlfriends, come on out for your booze, your babes, your returning fellow baby daddies. If they can't make it, you come out for it.
You'll be surprised how many women there.
Well, come out.
And we always think about incarceration
back.
as far as men are concerned, but there are women also that are coming out that need to partake in these situations.
I think the most important thing we should tell them: don't be shy.
Don't be
shy.
Some
people sometimes they want to, but they're shy. They're afraid to be in public and ask questions.
Absolutely. That Jordan line before.
Yeah.
Hey.
That tennis shoe line before.
You already know.
You know. That line before.
I know. You already know.
That's
what I'm trying to tell you. Tell them don't be shy.
That food stamp line before too.
It's time to get back involved in the community and empower yourself and others. Because once you empower one empower the next.
Yes.
And that's why I appreciate y'all coming over every time. We get an opportunity that y'all are free, and I know you have a busy schedule. You working and you take off, and people got to understand that y'all do it, they can do it too. And we don't mind spending an hour chatting about what you're doing. That's why Miss Melovee is here. That's why we're here.
Yes.
It's not about us. It's about the community.
Right.
If we can get more people involved in supporting
get the word out, get information out.
You know what I've come to learn in my experience? When I'm busy doing God's work, He takes care of everything.
I didn't want to say it
again. When I'm busy doing the things that He has called me to do, my stuff is taken care of.
I'm trying to tell him.
That's the way He works.
It's like if you like this, you can't put nothing in. But if you like this,
right.
And
if you're out there in the community, put yourself
overflow.
Overflow.
As my mom used to say, a closed hand and a closed mouth don't get fed.
Don't get fed.
You don't
when
get
it's
fed.
open,
It's open.
and you speak.
That's right. And you get out there.
Overflow. And not because of me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's what God intended.
That's right.
But ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again.
Goes by quick.
To the end. I got about a minute. If y'all want to give you information again real quickly.
Real quick.
Virginia Organizing, we're having our event, our fundraiser event, our Christmas party, and the chapters are getting together. It will be December the 7th at Roger Brown in Portsmouth on High Street.
Okay.
We're asking for $25 donation, which will include a photo and your entry into a drawing to win a 40-inch screen TV. And we'll also have fun, games, and a raffle for a whole week. Not a weekend, a whole week getaway.
Wow.
That if you pay into the raffle and your number's called, you will have a week getaway of your choice.
Yeah,
if you want to go to Bahamas, you can go to Bahamas for a week.
Wow.
So the more entries that you include in this raffle, and you don't have to be present to win. Guess what? Come and support. Get your donation in, buy your raffle ticket. If you can't make it on Thursday, you will win a whole week vacation. If you want to go to Dominican Republic, wherever you want to go.
Okay.
So I haven't set the destination because whoever wins, they will decide that destination. They will decide where they want to go and when they want to go.
Wow.
All righty then.
We just need your donation. We need your commitment. If you can't make it, come out and support. Inbox me.
That's what I'm talking about.
Also get involved, learn what Virginia organizers is all about. I'm going to be there, and other people are going to be there, and just come.
And H.Y.P.E, talk about.
Helping young people everywhere at gmail.com.
What up?
You know, I'm doing things in the community. I ain't doing it as fast as I want to, but I'm taking baby steps.
But you know what? But doing it slow and the right way is the best way a lot of times. Sometimes we want to speed it up and it don't.
I'm content. I'm content by the things I've
Yeah,
been doing.
amen. He's been awesome work. You know, the organization deals with peer pressure, bullying. It affects some crime in the community. So many things. So just contact these two. They're a wealth of information. They represent. One is a founder of an organization. Based on his circumstances, this is what he put out there, and one is a powerhouse in her organization. So you got two people here that can run and rule with the best of them. So you need to reach out, people. Kathy Brickhouse is watching. Thank you for chiming in.
Well, that looked like Melovee.
Yes.
That end again.
Yes, here we are.
Gotta say it again, my friend.
Yes. Until next time, blessings, Melovee.
Nevertheless, remember this: love yourself, put God first, and everything else will fall in place. It doesn't matter what others think about you. It's all in what you think about yourself. And remember, we're here every Tuesday on the Let's Get Praise Music Ministry from 11 until 1 and at 12 noon. Of course, live on Facebook with the best of the 757 Community Talk Show. And we'll join you on this Thursday. Melovee, before we go, who is our guest for this Thursday?
Oh, yes, we have Pastor Kaya Stevens and his wife, Sheree. They'll be on talking about their ministry and their community activism.
Okay.
Shout out my people on Facebook. I see my brother watching. I see my girl Yvette watching. I see Megan. The event organizers are up there.
Okay.
Thank y'all for chiming in. Share.
Yeah. Yep. So we
that look like my wait a minute. Hold up. I thought I saw his name. I thought he was supposed to be in school. Yeah, King. I thought you.
Okay.
Maybe not be him. You know. But nevertheless, we're gonna do our best until Thursday, until you meet us on the Dreammaker Show. You know where we get it in. You know, we got some hot music, hot local talent. I don't call them local; they national to me. And you'll hear them right here, and we'll talk about how you can get that, stocking stuffers.
That's right.
Their music this Thursday as well on the Dreammaker Show
for Christmas.
We got to support our artists, our local people, as much as possible. Nevertheless, I gotta go. I'm running over time. I don't want to, get in a situation. But thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for chiming in, and don't forget to share this with family and friends. It's all happening Thursday, and what's that time again?
5 to 7 p.m.
5 to 7.
Tidewater Community College, the Granby Street.
Yep, Norfolk.
And Roger Brown.
Okay, Roger Brown.
December 7th, folks.
December the 7th, Roger Brown.
Pete Town. Yes. Downtown Pete Town. We out of here. All right, this is Best of the 757. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.